And just like that, it was all over. But not quite. Welcome to day 15. Welcome, your Royal Highnesses. I'm Dan and you're watching Walt Disney World Adults Only. And I'm very sad to tell you this is our last day, it's our travel day home. But we've got a few hours to spare before we need to get to the airport. So we are going to Magic Kingdom to say goodbye to the castle, to visit our wishing well, and maybe to sneak in one or two last rides. Also, I think David wants to buy a Pluto, so we're planning to go to the shop to see if we can get him a Pluto. He's very excited about that. But yeah, we're all packed. We're ready to check out of the Grand Floridian, and the Magic Kingdom awaits. Okay, we're all checked out of the Grand Floridian. We're at the Magic Kingdom and we've been greeted with Mickey's Friendship Faire. Let's go and take a look at that, shall we?
Looks like everybody's ready.
Oh, Mickey, I just love the Friendship Faire.
Dreams come true. Dreams come true. Dreams come true. Dreams come true. Your dreams come true.
Donald Duck, what have you done? After we met Rapunzel and Flynn, we agreed to invite them, not these ruffians.
Ruffians!
1 minute we were together and the next I turned around and you were gone.
Thank you, cause way down deep inside I've got a dream.
He's got a dream. He's got a dream.
See, I ain't as cruel and vicious as I seem. Though I do like breaking fevers, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a dream.
And I can't wait to see what my buddies all think of me. Hello.
The magic feels like home.
Okay, the Sleepy Hollow waffle might have been a bit too good the other day. We're back with another one, fresh fruit waffle, but we're sharing this one. So this is going to be a shared one. We've got coffee, we've got orange juice, and breakfast is all set. We just stood out watching the Mickey's Friendship Faire, and it was absolutely boiling. We're both sweating to death right now.
It's so hot.
It must have been
all our airport gear.
It must have been about 20 minutes standing in the blazing heat. So yeah, really glad we got to see it, and now I'm going to have some food, and then we're going to go where the day takes us. So we've got about an hour and a half left in Magic Kingdom before we need to leave. So yeah, it's very sad times, but making the most of it.
Don't worry about it.
enjoy that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our last ride of the trip. Big Thunder Mountain, our last ride. How was
Yeah.
it?
Bumpy.
Bumpy, but it's so good, isn't it? It's a real classic.
Yeah, but I always feel like that one's so rickety and stuff. It feels like you're actually gonna like fly off.
Yeah. So that's our last ride done for the trip. Do you think it'd be rude to have a Dole Whip at this time in the morning before we go? One last Dole Whip.
I think you've already got that on your plan, so.
Are you gonna have one last Dole Whip?
No, I don't think so.
I bet you do when we get there.
No, I don't.
What if they've got one that's got rum in it?
Maybe.
No, they don't have the one with rum in it.
No, I know they don't. Not in Magic Kingdom.
Not in Magic Kingdom. Okay, so let's go and get a Dole Whip, a little bit of shopping, one last photo on Main Street, and then we can say goodbye.
What have you got?
My last Dole Whip. I've got my last Dole Whip of the holiday. I've got the Tropical Serenade, which was the one that was on my snack list to try for this trip. I hadn't got round to doing it, so I'm really happy we're here. It's got a little cake pop, coconut, Dole Whip, and orange juice. Delicious. So good. And just like that, our adventure is over. David's bought Eeyore.
He's coming home.
We're about to say goodbye to the Magic Kingdom for the last time on this trip. I feel really, really sad. It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you for a great holiday.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming along with us as well. It's been amazing. We're going to take you back to the Grand Floridian now, back to the airport, and then we'll give you a very, very short vlog of our journey back home. Thank you for following our adventure show. We've loved it. We've loved vlogging our trip, and of course we'll only get better next time. I'm not crying, you're crying. I'm crying. But we'll be back, I promise. Bye. You had a good time?
Yes.
You really are the best, you know. So sad, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, we're back at the Grand Floridian and now just waiting for Mears Connect. Gonna go and collect our luggage from Bell Services very shortly, and then once we're on the bus, we'll go to the airport, and then at the airport we'll check in with you again, let you know how the lines were there. I'm hoping, fingers crossed for short lines. But yeah, back at the Grand Floridian. I'm really going to miss it. It's so beautifully grand, so stylish and classy. I understand this lobby might be getting an upgrade as well, refurbishment, so if that happens, that'd be really nice to see. But for now, it is time to say goodbye to the Grand Floridian and go and get our luggage. I've got nothing bad to say about this resort really. It's just been perfect. It really does feel like our second home. Okay, so we're now in the lounge at Orlando International Airport. We're in the Club MCO. Really good airport experience so far. Mears Connect was certainly much better on the return trip. The bus was early, wasn't it? A couple of minutes early. We were the last people to board the bus, so there was no one else to pick up on the way. I think it took about 25 minutes to get here. Yeah.
I wasn't really paying attention.
25 minutes, really good service from Mears Connect on the way back, so that was excellent. we went to the British Airways queue, which was massive, but unfortunately because we're flying Club World, there was nobody in that line ahead of us, just one couple checking in already, so we got through that really quickly, didn't we? Dropped off our bags. She gave us the priority tickets for our bags, which I like because it means they get taken off the plane first at the other end.
Well,
in theory. Now, to be fair, it's always happened before for me, so I'm gonna go with it being a good thing. Security here can be really bad, but we were through in about 10 minutes, wasn't we?
It was fine. No problem.
It was super fast. So yeah, we had to take our shoes off, a laptop and iPads out of the cases, all the normal stuff, but yeah, through that really efficiently as well. We found the club lounge. We come up here, we've got the little menu, which is really disappointing, isn't it? The food here is not great.
It's so bad.
Yeah. You have to scan a QR code and then you order and they bring the food to your table, and it said large plates. So David ordered a gumbo and I ordered a sandwich and a brownie, and honestly...
Chicken gumbo. I ordered a chicken gumbo and it came with no chicken.
Came with no chicken.
And the bowl was about as big as this
champagne glass.
champagne glass.
Yeah.
And that's a large plate.
That was a large plate, and my sandwich was finger food, and my brownie was gone in 2 bites. I know I've got a big mouth, but 2-bite brownie. So yeah, disappointing food. Not the best lounge, not like what you've got at Gatwick, but still, it's free food, it's free alcohol, so you can't complain too much.
I think we're really spoiled in London with the BA lounges.
Yeah, yeah, the BA lounges at Gatwick and Heathrow
Food and good food.
are literally amazing. So yeah, our flight unfortunately is delayed by about 2.5 hours. It is the Queen's funeral today, and we're aware that there's a no-fly zone over London out of respect for the Queen. So we are delayed here for about 2.5 hours. We guess the flight coming in is probably delayed by that same amount of time, which is why we're delayed going out. So that's not the end of the world. David's quite happy about it because he'll get more free champagne while we're sitting here doing that. Yes, we're just going to relax. We've got quite a long time before we fly, probably about 5 hours before we actually take off now, so that's alright. We've got stuff to do. We can sit, chill out, have some drinks, some more tiny food. I think David's probably going to end up in a Burger King or something before the flight. You know how greedy and gutsy he is.
The thing is, I get so hungry on planes anyway. Like, even if I've had a full meal before getting on the flight, I don't know what it is. By the time they actually serve food on the plane, I'm starving. So
yeah, so we may have to go and get some proper food. I think I'm okay. I think that Dole Whip was...
Did that brownie fill you up?
I think did that brownie fill me out? We might have to order some more brownies, you know. It is unlimited, you can keep ordering. It looks a bit greedy if you would kind of order 7 sandwiches, but we might have to just do it.
Do it.
What do you think?
Yeah, who cares?
So we are now up in the air. Our flight was delayed by over 4.5 hours. So we spent about 7.5 hours at Orlando International Airport, which, as you can imagine, is not the best place to spend nearly a whole working day. So yeah, we're finally up in the air. It's been a bit of a rough ride so far, hasn't it?
The journey back.
Yeah.
They're so disorganised at Orlando. So disorganised.
So the last time I think we checked in with you, we were in the lounge, the MCO lounge, at Orlando International Airport, and I have to say that lounge was far from impressive. It did have a full bar, which was quite nice, although I can't drink very much because I'm driving when we get home, so I'm taking it easy on the alcohol because I don't want to be over the limit to drive. They did have a full bar. They had tea and coffee machines, they had sodas, but the food offerings there were, well, crap, basically. Anyway, because our flight was so delayed, we got sent an email by BA telling us we could go and collect a complimentary food voucher to get a meal. So we thought, okay, well maybe we will, maybe we won't do that because we're quite comfortable in the lounge. as we were discussing it, they actually made an announcement that our flight was boarding. So completely surprised, because it was 2 hours earlier than we was expecting to go. We picked up all our stuff, packed our bags and headed down to the gate to find that our flight was not boarding, and in fact our plane still hadn't even arrived. So we were not best pleased. Anyway, we asked about the complimentary meal voucher and we were told we had to get the monorail back to the other terminal and go back through security, I know, to find the BA agent who would then give us a voucher to get a free meal. And, you know, we just didn't want a free meal that desperately to have to do the whole security process again. That I would rather just buy a meal. As it happened, we weren't very hungry, so we weren't that bothered anyway. But BA, come on, if you're gonna offer a free voucher for a meal, at least have someone at the gate giving them out so that people can get them. There are other people on this flight that probably needed that meal, either in terms of financially or they were really hungry, so that really isn't good enough. We were happy not to have it, but hey. Anyway, I'll stop moaning. We went back to the lounge, we got another table in the lounge, sat down, sorted ourselves out. I actually released my packing video whilst we were sitting there. I did the thumbnail design and all the SEO type stuff you have to do on YouTube and released that, so the time wasn't wasted. So there's a video out, I'll link it for you down below so that you can watch that video. But then once the plane had arrived, the crew and the pilots were waiting for ages and ages to board the craft. And there was some kind of rumour going around they were nearly over their hours, they wouldn't be able to fly tonight and we may have to stay overnight until tomorrow. But there was no real information coming, was there, David? We were not getting any information at all about what was going on. No. It was really, really poor. Information being given out was incorrect as well. They said the time for our flight was going to be 11:15 p.m. but it was actually 9:15 p.m. and everybody in the kind of terminal gasped with shock. But anyway, it was 9:15. We was on board and we took off at 9:30. We should have landed about 6:45 in the morning, but we're now estimated to arrive at 10:30. In a way, that's not a bad thing because we're probably getting more sleep on the flight now. This is like a proper night flight for us, but we probably won't get home now until lunchtime. But that's okay. We're relaxed. We're sitting down, nice and chilled. We've got the same seat set up we had before on the way out. We're just in the front row. We're in row 1. So I'm in seat 1D. David's got 1E. As you can see,
I don't have anyone next to me either.
Yeah, and you've got a spare seat, haven't you?
Cheers to that.
There?
New Zealand
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah.
And what are you eating? Nuts. Nuts. So since boarding, we've been given a glass of champagne each. I've now got a gin fizz. This will be my last drink because I need to drive tomorrow. So this will be my last drink, alcoholic drink. We've been given bottles of water. We've been given those little bags that give you moisturiser and blindfolds and the socks for flying. The menu's looking good. I'll show you that. In fact, when David finishes these nuts, I'll ask him to just talk you through the menu. He's very good at that. So David, what's on the menu for this flight?
So for dinner, we've got green asparagus, crusted chicken, pearl barley and mushroom risotto, rosemary jus, slow cooked short rib of beef, that's what we're having, right? Potato gratin, baby vegetables, chipotle sauce, mushroom ravioli. Then for dessert we get a selection of cheeses, cheesecake, tea, specialty coffee. And then for breakfast, which sounds actually really nice, orange juice, tea, coffee, granola bar, Greek yogurt, bacon and tomato chutney toasted sandwich. That sounds really nice. I know you're not excited about that. Oven roasted mushroom and Dijon cheddar bechamel breakfast pastry.
So the food has arrived. For dinner we have a bread roll. It looks like focaccia bread with some kind of maybe rosemary on it. Then we've got a feta and quinoa salad with some asparagus that's served cold. Then we've got some fillet of beef here, I believe, with some vegetables and some potato. Then we've got a little cheesecake thing here with some strawberries and some coulis, and then some cheese and crackers as well. So yeah, because I've got to drive, I've just got a Sprite. David's got a red wine, which I'm a little bit jealous of at the moment, but needs must.
Okay, so we're on the road now. We've just left Gatwick. The flight was good, went really fast, which is good after we had a 4-hour delay. Yeah, so we're just on the motorway now, so we should be home in about 45 minutes. Okay, Dan, so if you want to give us a little bit of chat about the flight while you're driving.
A little bit of chat, is it?
A little bit of chat. How was the flight?
Yeah, the flight was really good actually. Obviously it was a night flight, and so being in Club World is always so much nicer because you can lay down, turn your seat into a flatbed, you get your pillow and duvet, and I actually got, I think, about 3 hours sleep on the flight, which was quite nice. I think you had slightly longer. I think you had 4 hours maybe. Was that right?
No, I was awake before you.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay. Then we got given some food. So I started off with gin, a citrus gin fizz. That was really nice, really kind of citrusy, a little bit sour, a little bit grapefruity, very, very nice. And then they brought us the food. I had like a kind of braised short rib, which was nice. It wasn't the nicest bit of beef I've eaten in the past 2 weeks, but it was decent. It was very good for aeroplane food, for sure. That came with some courgettes, some carrots, a little potato gratin type thing, all very, very tasty. We also had like a little feta and quinoa cold kind of salad thing with some asparagus. The asparagus was cold. I'm not a huge fan of cold asparagus, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, asparagus should be hot. And I'm not a quinoa fan either, so I kind of picked through that a little bit, didn't really eat much of that. The strawberry cheesecake was okay, just okay, it wasn't brilliant. I didn't eat all of that. Cheese and biscuits was weird. They served the cheese with marmalade. Yep, I'm not entirely sure. The menu said it came with chutney. I'm not sure if someone's having a joke or if they genuinely thought marmalade was chutney in America. But just for reference, Americans, marmalade is not chutney. So yeah, that was all alright apart from marmalade. Because I'm driving now, I only had that one gin fizz. I didn't have alcohol after that because I didn't want to be over the limit for driving. So yeah, I had a Sprite and then some tea. Then I had a sleep. And then when I woke up, they were bringing us breakfast. They had like bacon sandwiches and some kind of mushroom thing that looked really gross. I don't like mushrooms, not the greatest of bacon, so I just asked to have the cold stuff. They gave me a Nutri-Grain bar, which I ate. Yeah, it was a Nutri-Grain bar. And they gave me some yogurt and some granola. That was okay as well. So yeah, the food on the flight was decent. The sleep on the flight was decent. The cabin crew were lovely. We had a lady called Catherine who was absolutely just so helpful and so sweet. So yeah, good flight. And then the experience at Gatwick was really good as well. We came through the passport control really quickly. We used the automated machines and got through that nice and efficiently. And then we picked up a couple of gifts in duty free, namely gin for my mum. She's a bit of a gin lover. My mum and my dad have been looking after our dog, so I got my mum some gin because she's a bit of a gin drinker, a bit of a lush. If she's watching this, she's bound to comment. And then my dad, he doesn't drink alcohol hardly at all, so we got him some peanut butter M&Ms while we were in, what was the supermarket we went to? Publix, wasn't it?
Publix.
Yeah, we got him some M&Ms, so they're in the case. David bought some sweets and stuff as well for his family. We should be home at 12:50, which is obviously UK time now. So in terms of US time, that would be 7:50 AM. Just to give you an idea about how long our day has been, we woke up yesterday at about 7. We woke up yesterday at about 7:30 in the morning. Went to Magic Kingdom, came back to the Grand Floridian, got to the airport, and it's now 7:50. So apart from the little bit of sleep on the flight, the 3-4 hours that we've slept, we've been awake for quite a long time really. So I think we're going to be very tired tonight. So subject to my mum being at home, we're going to drop off the cases and then go and get back our little boy, and I cannot wait to see him. I'm so excited. I've missed him so much. So yeah, being away has been amazing. I've had the best time ever. This has been the best trip I've ever had to Florida. Not only because I love Walt Disney World so much, but this trip has been such a long time coming, and of course, you know, it was my first time there with David. Got to show him the magic, which was really special, and of course, we're now celebrating our engagement, which is also absolutely amazing. So I couldn't have had a better time, and the only thing that's going to complete that now is getting that beautiful little Bichon freeze back. So. Oh my God! Look! Oh my God! They've been in and done.
Who's done that? Your mum.
It's either my mum or. Oh my God! How lovely!
Oh,
It's either my mum
no.
or. Oh, congratulations, David! Oh, how sweet of them!
That's very cute.
Yeah. Right, let's unload the car. So we're now at my mum's house to collect the little dog. Bruno? Bruno?
Bruno!
Bruno! Hello! 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 How's my little Bruno? Hello! Hello! Quick, come round here this way. Come round here, quick! Hello! 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 How have you been?
You're right.
Hello! Are you going to help us get the cases? Come on. Good boy. Have you been a good boy? Hello. Guess which idiot forgot to film the end of the series? Oh my goodness, it's now the 5th of January 2023. About 3.5 months since we got back from Orlando, and I was just editing this video and I said to David, I can't find our outro for this series. And he said, we didn't film one. How did he know that and not tell me? But anyway, we didn't have an outro, so I'm just going to very quickly say thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. This has been the trip of my lifetime. COVID obviously stopped me going to Walt Disney World for quite a few years. It was David's first ever visit. Our first visit as DVC members, and of course we got engaged as well. Something I've never done before, and you know, taking you all along with me for that kind of suspense and surprise was amazing. Honestly, it was probably one of the most emotional days I've ever had in my life. So yeah, taking you along was great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this series. We've got a trip planned for this year, 2023, in October. We're in the process of booking that right now, so make sure you follow us along on that one. Also as well, we're going to be vlogging our trip to Brazil in May. That won't be on this channel, obviously. Walt Disney World Adults Only is particularly about Walt Disney World, so That Brazil series is going to be on my own channel, which I'll link for you down below. It's a new channel, there's no subscribers. I literally created it last night. So if you want to follow Brazil, then check that out as well. Would love you to subscribe. There will be a few little videos and stuff going on there in the meantime, just to try and build up a few people to support it. But yeah, can't wait. You probably know already, but Leanne from our team is doing her vlog series right now. And we'll be back, David and I, in a few weeks, if I can get him to sit down and actually film with me, to talk about our trip, kind of the pros, the cons, what we enjoyed, what we didn't enjoy, what we thought were the 3 resorts we stayed at, to kind of give you an overview of everything that we did. So it won't be a long video, it'll probably be about half an hour, 45 minutes, because I can't get him to sit still for longer than that. I'm gonna prepare some questions. It was his first visit, so let's get some kind of feedback from a new person and also from an old person. Do I like being called an old person? Not really. An experienced person, that's a better way of saying it. So yeah, so we're going to sit down, we're going to do our kind of debrief video. That'll be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, subject to me getting him, as I just said. But anyway, thank you for following this series, we really do appreciate it. Our first time vlogging, we've learned so much to make it better next time. So as always, if you have any feedback on our series, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see in future, please tell us in the comments, and we will adapt and change and do that for you on our next vlog series at Walt Disney World. Anyway, for now, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends as well. They're gonna love it. All these videos are in a playlist, which should pop up here for you now. So if you've missed any video in this series, they're all in one big playlist here. Click that and go nuts, enjoy yourself with that. As always, I tell you about our Facebook group. We've now got 150,000 members in our Walt Disney World Adults Only Facebook. So come and join us there. That'll be linked for you down below as well. And as always, remember, never grow up.